Hello, everyone. Welcome to the channel. This is Yves Moliva, Human Species Coach. Topic of the day is for athletes looking to maximize their potential as an athlete and how setting goals specifically can help you do that. Sports, as part of a human experience, is a big part of it. As humans, we're drawn to sports. I explained before how sport is an extension of life. We like watching sport, we like competing, but only a few of us can actually make it to the pro level. These jobs are very limited. For instance, in basketball, there's about 1,000 jobs, but millions of basketball players that are looking to fill those positions. So for those that make it on that pro level, it's a very big achievement and it can be life-changing, something to be proud of. As an athlete going to your career and adventure and journey, most athletes, I would say, they're interested in maximizing their potential. And I think it's important that you are aware of how you can actually maximize that talent that you have within yourself. And, it starts from an early age. I'll give an example. I'm biased with basketball because I played in college, and then I can use that as a reference. And so you have a player that's looking to maximize their potential, but that same player has two different goals. And then I'm going to take you on explain how each goal would actually impact the player's potential at different levels. So the first goal, the same player is looking to make it to the NBA. That's the goal, right? And once they set it as a goal, they actually start wiring themselves for the experience. They're setting something in motion where the required energy, intensity, and focus to become a pro must be applied. And the younger you do that, the younger that person does that, the better it actually is. Let's say some of the kids out there can start their career like in elementary school, from their mentors, their dads, and from that early age, right? The goal is to make it to the pro level. And with the proper focus and intensity, the kid, in order to become a professional, right, you have to be stand out from the average. You have to be way better than the average. That means probably coming in early in the practice and be the first to come in the practice and the last one to leave. Even in your practice approach, everything you do in your mindset, you do it as if you were a professional, and that's the goal you're trying to reach. So you bring that mindset on the daily. In the summer, when your friends, people are off, that's when you're actually working on your game, doing 200, 300 shots a day. And you do it with consistency. And the younger you do it, the more likely, the younger and the more consistently you do it. And now you add the right connections and the right and luck, right? This goal is actually very achievable. And once you make it to the NBA, bingo, it's an achievement to be respected, and it's very impressive. But from that angle of focusing on making it to the NBA and the NBA being the ceiling, you really tap into a specific level of your talent or your potential. You've tapped into, I call it the NBA potential. You've tapped into that. You've extracted it, and now you play in the NBA. Now the same person can have a different goal. He doesn't want to just be in the NBA, but he wants to be the greatest ever. So from that goal of being the greatest ever, you're actually setting in motion something completely different than being in the NBA. So that means the energy, the focus, the intensity required in order to be the greatest, you must apply that in your efforts. And if you start that from a young age, and you are consistent with that, we're talking about be the greatest. That means you are targeting, in basketball, Michael Jordan is considered the greatest. So that means you must be the best on offense. You must be the best on defense. You must be a leader. You must be clutch. So those are the things that you're actually using as a reference. and the intensity you apply on a daily. I'm talking about going to practice, being the best on both ends, being the first one to arrive, the last one to leave once again. Maybe in the summer when everyone is off, right? I use the example of trying to make it to the NBA. One person is just doing 200 shots a day, and he's doing maybe an extra 2 hours of workout a day, working on his game. But if you want to be the greatest, you go from 200 to 2,000 shots a day. And you go from 2 hours of workout a day to maybe 4 to 5 hours, maybe 6. So you can see how with a different goal in mind, you actually apply a different level of focus and intensity, which allows you to tap into a deeper part of your potential. So now with the goal of NBA reaching as a ceiling, you tap into the NBA potential, which to me is a little bit lower. But with the goal of being the greatest, you tap into the greatest potential, which is higher. So in order for any athlete to really maximize their potential, when they play a sport, they should strive to be the greatest at it, because that's the only way you're going to tap into the maximum of your potential that you have within that sport. Thanks for watching.